Welcome to the MOOCs course Early Childhood Care and Education, and this is module 7, and our video discussion will be Play in Early Childhood Education. Already we have discussed about a lot about early childhood education and its meaning, concept, importance, significance, everything we have already discussed. And today the another important topic, play in early childhood education, we will able to know. After going through this discussion, learners will be able to define the concept of play, then explain the characteristics of play, know the types of play, as well as understand the significance of play in the early childhood education. So let's have a discussion on those important topics about play in the early childhood education. Then, dear learners, it is known to us that play is a universal phenomenon, and the the children are very playful in nature. So play comes naturally to children as they begin to explore their surroundings. So to explore the surrounding, because when we come to this world, what happens? We doesn't know anything that we are surrounded by whom. That we are surrounded by what type of aspects, what type of environment, everything we are totally unknown. So play is the way through which, when gradually we grow up, then we can explore new things which are in our surrounding. So play comes naturally to children as they begin to explore nature. Then young children learn new things and just by playing. So the role of play in the early childhood education should be we cannot be left out. So instead it should include in the curriculum of early childhood education, because play is the instinctive nature of each and every children. Therefore, while we are talking about early childhood education, while we are discussing or we are busy in innovation about what type of strategies, what type of methods that we can incorporate in the early childhood education, that we should definitely give the importance on play, because to explore anything, to give an enjoyable moment or enjoyable environment to the children, plays a significant role. So therefore, the professionals, early childhood teachers who are aware of and comprehend the importance of play in the life of children are better prepared to use play as a context for instruction in their education system. So children are better prepared when we use the play in their, or incorporate play in their education system. They also the professional teachers, they also know that the importance of play, in how much it is important in development of social, cognitive, emotional, physical, motor sides of our children. So hence it is extremely important that early childhood educators should have a clear understanding of play that offer appropriate support to the children in their growing process. So this discussion will attempt to give to the concept of play, definitions of play, characteristics of play, then types of play. It also goes on the examination in the importance of play and the significance of play in the early childhood education or the development of the children in their early ages. So play is the lens through which the children experience their world and the world of other also. So the concept of play seems very simple, because play is any activity undertaken with a playful frame of mind. So play has been personally directed. So it consists of those activities performed for self-amusement that have behavioral, social and psychomotor rewards. So it is child-directed, and the reward come from within the individual child. So it is enjoyable as well as spontaneous. Then this play consists of an amusing, pretend or imaginary activity alone or with others. And it can be said as a range of intrinsically motivated activities done for recreational pleasure as well as for the enjoyment. So children loves to play. It is their instinctive tendency, we can say, and also it is their birthright. So play is not, as we can say that play is not just a pastime activity when it comes, or how our kid plays. It turns out that it's not all just for fun and games, because play is a kind of work in the childhood period. It is a kind of work for the children. So Valentine's, one of the psychologists or educationists, said that regarding play, that play is a kind of amusement in the work. And in young children, play is frequently associated with the all-round development. All-round development refers their social development, their individual development, their motor development, their emotional development, as well as their physical development, which is very much essential for our better future. So even some of play are rehearsals for their future life activities. Play is explicitly recognized in Article 31 of the Conventions of the Right of the Child, which was adopted by the General Assembly of United Nations in November 29, 1989, and it declares that parties recognize in the right of the child to rest and leisure, to engage in play and recreational activities appropriate to the age of the child, and to participate freely in the cultural life and the arts. Then parties shall respect and promote the right of the child to participate fully in cultural and artistic life, and shall encourage the provision of appropriate equal opportunities for cultural, artistic, recreational and leisure activities. So this is the brief concept about play. So we can realize that play is how much play is essential in the life of a child. Therefore, early childhood education has focused on playful activities, and through playful activities it has trying to give education to the child, or prepare for their better life, or as well as for their future educational stages. So now let's discuss about the definition of play. What are the definition of play? While we are discussing about the definitions, definitely we will get different types of definitions about play, because different psychologists or educationists has given their views on this particular topic. So play is an important, play is an important element of a child's life, and it helps children achieve mastery in certain type of skills, and they learn to have control over their environment. And play also contributes to the development of the children, and play is generally associated with children, but it occurs at any stages of our life, including higher functioning animals as well as. So play, according to the famous psychologist McDougall, what is play? McDougall has opined that play is a normal innate tendency similar to suggestion and imitation. And though the definition of play varies from psychologist to psychologist, most of them believe that it is an innate tendency of the human being or the other animal also. So some definition I will mention here, which are very famous definitions regarding play. The first definition that I can mention here, that about Dewey. What Dewey has explained about play. Dewey defines play as an activities that necessarily performed for the sake of any result beyond themselves. Then according to Froebel, play is the purest, most spiritual activity of man at this stage. At this stage means in the childhood period, and it gives therefore joy, freedom, contentment, and inner rest, peace with the world. So it is how much it is important we can imagine from such type of definitions. So Nunn also, Percy Nunn also holds that play is a profound manifestation or creative activities, and Rose regards play as joyful, spontaneous, creative activity in which man finds his fullest expression. So from this definition we can realize that definitely that it is the expression, fullest expression of ourselves, of our inner abilities, qualities. So it is very essential in the educational scenario, educational platform. Every child should get to express themselves. So in the early childhood period, what we can do, that we can provide some play activities, and through such play activities we can give them that platform through which they can express themselves, and it will definitely psychologically sound for the educational environment. Then Rogers and Sawyers, one of the famous psychologists, has expressed that play is the foundation of children's healthy development. So how much important for the development of the child play is, we can imagine or we can understand from just type of definitions given by different periods and given by different psychologists also. Then Crow, one of the famous psychologists, has defined that play can be defined as the activity in which a person changes when he is free to do what he wants. So freedom is essential, self-discipline is essential. When psychology has entered into the educational field, all such type of important matters to make the education environment more productive and more successful, but we have realized that play is very much important for the early childhood period. Then so it can be said that play is volitional, then autonomous, instinctive, creative, or an activity that manifests these activities which gives amusement, which is mental peace, mental refreshment, pleasure to the individual. So the term playway, the first used by the Caldwell Cook to describe his method of teaching for the subject English. So from the very beginning, from many years ago, it has been realizing, it was realized by the psychologists that how much play is important. So therefore, Caldwell Cook has used the term playway to describe his teaching method for teaching the subject English to the children. So now let's discuss about the characteristics of play. What are the characteristics of play? any attempt to assess play needs to find a balance between preserving the spontaneous characteristics of his behavior and the need to impose some structure for the purpose of facilitating interpretation. So play is neatly defined in the terms of any single characteristics. Instead, it involves a constellation of characteristics which have to do with the motives or mental framework underlying the observed behavior. So some of the characteristics I want to discuss here. First of all, the play is active. Play is active. Why play is active? Because during playtime, children use their bodies, children use their mind also by interacting with the environment, materials and other people. So it is a very active phase when someone in the state of playing. So play is active process. Then play is communicative. Why play is communicative? Play presents a natural opportunity for children to share information and knowledge. Children can communicate verbally using words or some body languages or some postures, gestures or some non-verbal cues, and these messages can be simple or maybe more complicated. So play is communicative. Then play is enjoyable, definitely. Play is fun because when children play, they enjoy themselves and they can often some find excitement also and humor in through their playing time. So if they are not having fun, it probably is not play. If they are not getting fun, then excitement, it is we cannot say that it is play. So instead of playing to win, children should be playing to play and have fun. So educational scenario also, as a teacher we have to concern about that that children should be playing, and instead of playing to win, they should play for having fun, which will give them the mental refreshment, recreation, which will develop their creative mindset, and it will be very helpful for a successful educational environment. Then play is involved. Why play is involved? Because we all know that play is children's work. Just like adults need to concentrate while walking, children should concentrate during their play also. Children might become very involved while playing, and they are actively thinking about what they are doing. They are very active in the while a child is playing, then at that moment he is very active mentally, physically. So from both sides, which is very helpful for their future development. Then play is meaningful. Play provides opportunities for children to make sense of their world. Through play, children process the things they have seen and heard, what they know and what they don't yet know. Then play is social and interactive. Some of the time, play presents a unique and formative opportunity for children to engage in social interaction and also build relationship with other children or with adults. Then another characteristic of play is it is therapeutic. When play is fun, engaging, meaningful, it can be very therapeutic for the children. Then play is an age specific. As a child progresses from infancy towards adulthood, these games gain complexity and from haphazard movements becomes organized games. Now let's discuss about the different types of play. Different types are there and we should know what are the types of play. More and more parents are conscious of the downside of a generation that allow too little time to play to their children. But it's not a healthy attitude in case of the parents. So play is very significant for a child during the early childhood years, and as a parents, as a teachers, we should realize this importance, and we should give more time, sufficient time for the self-expression to our child. Therefore, knowledge of the development of different types of play gives educators as well as parents a foundation for proper teaching strategy. So, what are the types of play? Accordingly, different thinkers have categorized the different types of play on the basis of the importance, and according to sociologist Mildred Burton Newhall, there are 6 distinctive types he has mentioned about play, and these are applicable for the children for the age group of 2 to 5 years. So what are these types of play? First type is unoccupied play. Unoccupied play refers to those activities when child is not involved actually in the playing process. He may be engaged in some random moments with no objectives, and despite appearances, this definitely is play and sets the stage for future play exploration. So for example, when a 0 or 2-year-old child is sitting in a corner and happily playing with her hands or feet, it might not seem like she is doing something, but it is the situation. The kid is actually busy taking in the world around and observing. So this is, we can say, this is one type of play. Then another, independent or solitary play. Independent or solitary play is just what sounds like when one child play alone. This type of play varies greatly depending on the child, but might be when the little one sits quietly with a book or plays with his favorites of some animal. Then this is also example of this kind of independent or solitary play. This type of play is very important because it teaches child how to keep himself entertained. Because entertainment is very important for our life, also for the adult period also. So eventually self-sufficient, and any child can play independently. But such type of play is commonly seen in the age group of 2 or 3 years of age group, and at this stage they are still pretty self-centered and lack of good communication skills. So this type of play generally observe independent or solitary play in the age group of 2 to 3 years of age due to lack of their sufficient social development or communication skills. Then onlooker play. When a child simply observes other children playing and does not take part in the action is called onlooker play. It is common for younger children who are working on their vocabulary development. Then parallel play. What is parallel play? It is a form of play where children play adjacent to each other but do not try to influence one another's behavior. This is parallel play. Then associative play. This is one of the categories used to describe the development of social play by preschoolers. So this stage looks similar to parallel play but characterized by the child's interaction with other without coordination. This is associative play. Then cooperative play. Cooperative play is where all the stages come together and children truly start playing together. So this is called cooperative play, and cooperative play use for development of the social skills of the children. So let's discuss the important part of this discussion, which is significance of play for children. Already from those discussions we have realized how much play is important or significant, and play influences all areas of development. Every kind of area, it offers children opportunity to learn about self or others and the physical environment. It encourages aspects of social, emotional, cognitive, physical development that cannot be achieved by other way. So play is the way to achieve all-round development. Therefore, play is important in the early childhood education. So significance of play in this period is physical development. Play helps the bodily development of the child because such as exercise helps to promote physically fit and healthy in the children, and at the time they are very physically active and mentally also they are very active in the playing process. So they also build strong muscles, improve bone density that can have position for reaching health effects, and in the future stage it is very much helpful. And also physical education program for the age between 3 to 5 years of age should focus on providing opportunities for children to master motor skills and learn about physical movement. Then mental development. It is very much important. Play is very much important in developing the mental state. The play is important in mental development. Children gain knowledge through their play. They exercise their abilities to think. They remember, solve problems because they are mentally very much active while they are playing. They get entertained. They have the get opportunity to exercise different mental powers and abilities. This abstract thinking is the foundation for more advanced learning and problem solving. Children increase their problem solving abilities through the games and puzzles. So play can stimulate several types of learning. This is one of the significance. Then emotional development. Emotional development, in case of emotional development, play is important medium for emotional development. Many suppressed emotion can be expressed or released with the help of play. Therefore, in this process, child generally learns to express, learns to control and sublimate or transform their emotional outburst or their emotions. Then regular play can reduce their anxiety, their stress, their irritability. It gives emotional flexibility, resilience. And children can confront life changes in a way that they can understand the process. Then it also helps to get rid of destructive emotions like the irritability, feeling of irritability, the tendency to quarrel, fear, anxiety, tensions, and so on. So emotional stability can be attained through the games and sports. Then social development. Play is important in social development and socialization of the child. Then it helps in the development of social qualities such as discipline, cooperation, healthy competition, way-feeling, tolerance, low abidingness, then leadership, etc. So in the group or collective games, the child is motivated by the interest of the entire group rather than any individual motive. Group play helps children learn how to interact with others, how to develop social skills, sociability, then healthy competition, then way feeling. So it also gives them opportunity to learn about self-control, test relationships, and understand acceptable group behavior. Then other significance of play in the childhood education, that moral development. When children engage in play with their peers and families, they begin to learn some behavior are acceptable while others are unacceptable. What is right? What is wrong? What is acceptable? What is not acceptable? Group play helps child appreciate teamwork and share and respect for others' feelings. And thus the child learns how to be kind and how to and charitable to the others. So these are some of the significant part and significance of play in the early childhood education. That's why the education system in the early stage should be given through some play activities to give a healthy development of each and every children. So learners, these are the part of our discussion today. Thank you for listening, and we will meet again with another and new discussions. Thank you.